fuck you, Choma, fuck you, Kika, fuck you, Laura, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Oh, God. The Real Housewives of Lagos, Season 1, Episode 4 and 5 review. My name is Ujumpa of Ujumpa Unraveled. So I promised you guys I was going to bring the review of The Real Housewives of Lagos to you. And so this is for the Episode 4 and 5 review. There was a lot of fuck going on. So remember where the review of episode 3 ended, where Caroline actually organized, a casual kind of get-together for the girls, and there was a little bit of tension and fight. I mean, not a little bit, there was fight and tension. Yeah. So this is a little bit funny and weird. Okay, so Laura had, problem to squash with Caroline, because Caroline actually said that Linda Ikeji, who is Laura Ikeji's sister, blogged falsely about her and her ex-husband Dan Juma and her daughter and her age. Yeah, so she kind of like brought that to the table. Laura also was very mature not to really interject, because she was making it about my kid, the challenges she had when she was pregnant with her daughter and all that. So Laura respected that, because she also is a mom, and she said when someone talks about their children, the best I can do is to understand and listen, because I'm also a mom and I wouldn't take if somebody comes at my child or my children. So that was really very mature. So this is Laura trying to talk to Carol and saying, I'm sorry, I'm gonna talk to my sister about whatever it is you claim that she wrote about you that is false. I'm so sorry, you're talking about your children or your child, and the best I can do is to listen, because I can understand how emotional it can be. A very mature response. So this is us thinking, okay, the drama was over, the girls were gonna eat and make merry, and boom, Chioma now interjects and says, okay, now that you guys are trying to talk about maybe bringing down whatever false write-up that Linda Ikeji had on Caroline, I would also want to tell you, Laura, to tell your sister Linda to actually take down the false story they had on Kika, my business partner and sister friend. And Laura lost it. So Laura was like, who is Kika? Fuck you and fuck Kika. Fuck you, Choma. And she even said, let me tell you guys, Choma is not as classy as you guys think she is. She even said, I'm not the one that fights in club like you do, Choma. Choma, you're not half as classy as people think you are.
Choma is not as classy as people think she is. She's actually not half as classy as people think she is. I don't fight in clubs she does, so I'm very, very particular about her. I don't fight in clubs you do, and I'll watch you catch around me.
So Chuma was like, fuck you too, Laura. Who do you think you are? You're saying fuck you, Kika. Say it to Kika's front. Now, can you say it to Kika? It was just a mess. So remember now, I bring relationship angle to this whole thing. Personally, I think it was really very wrong of Chuma to throw in this Kika's, thing in the heat of a fight. I mean, you see that what's her name, Laura, is being attacked by Caroline. You could see that she maturely actually accepted defeat because Caroline was talking about her daughter. And remember, she's not Linda Ikeji. Yes, she's Linda's sister, but she's Laura. And she maturely still said, I apologize, and I'm still going to have a conversation with my sister. Forget about Kika. Talk about Kika some other time. Don't ride on some other person's platform of trying to fight for herself, and then this is you now coming to fight for Kika. And Kika can also fight for herself, But if for any reason you want to fight for Kika, which I understand, try to look for a better, atmosphere, a better scenario, a better, situation to talk to Laura about it. You don't need to do that, because you see she's already angry. She's trying to manage her anger, and boom, you're bringing Kika into it. And remember also, you, Chioma, said to us that she's actually not your friend. and that she's your customer. And you know you guys still have that issue lingering on. You know she's really not that happy with you, but she's trying to play it cool. And you also had something to say, because you said to us when they asked you why you said that you have a lot in your mind that you don't want to say. So you also have some things you want to talk about regarding she being your friend or your customer. So, you know, there's a little bit of tension between you and Laura. We all know and see that. Yeah, we've seen that. So it would have been nicer if you were mature to just, you know, not talk about Kika for now. Okay? But, you know, Laura wasn't going to have it. And she let her mouth loose and fuck started flying like bird. And so Iyabo and Tony now decided to make kind of like a joke out of it. They started dramatizing that they were fighting, trying to, like, you know, quench the tension and everything. And boom, Janet, who is the meditation lady, came in and was trying to, you know, put them through meditation and all that. It didn't work, but it kind of downed the tension, which I liked. And boom, Caroline introduced a game called Truth, Lie. So the game is you're supposed to say 2 truths and 1 lie, and the girls were supposed to guess which one is true, or which ones are true and which one is a lie, right? And there was something very mature again that Laura, I mean, I'm kind of liking Laura this particular episode. There was something kind of mature she did. She said, okay, I mean, so her truth, or her 3 lie, truth were: 1, my best friend slept with my husband; 2, I fought with my sister; and 3, I'm okay with Chioma. And I like that she, you know, she had to throw that in there because she wanted to, like, you know, make us just feel that, yeah, some minutes ago I had a big fight with Chioma, but I'm a bigger person. I'm trying to move on from that. That was nice. And so the lie was that she fought with her sister. So again, the truth is that she's okay with Chioma, and her best friend slept with her husband, which she did say that was before she even dated her husband and all that, and she's cool with the girl and all that. But the point I'm bringing out from here as a relationship enthusiast is that I love the fact that she quickly moved on from the fight. She didn't want to, like, bottle it in and looking for strategy to kind of fight Chioma or continue in that unhealthy, toxic kind of situation or relationship going forward. So well done, Laura. So anyway, so Chioma decided to take the girls on a trip to Abuja. Now, unfortunately, Iyabo couldn't go with them because she had to travel, but Miriam was introduced in this particular episode because Miriam actually went to Abuja with them. So Chioma did say that it would be nice if the ladies could bring a +1 because they will be gone for 3 days, and it would be nice for them to have a company or companion, you know, for the duration of the stay. So Miriam was there. Tony brought the daughter Tiana. Laura brought her friend. Caroline brought her friend. Chioma also brought her friend. So it was nice. Now there was something again that happened that I want to bring here. Apparently, Miriam and Tony have known each other for the longest time. Miriam actually saw Tiana after a very long time, you know, in Abuja. She was like, "Oh my God, you've grown." That is Tony's daughter, right? "Oh my God, you've grown so much. The last time I saw you was at my wedding, which was about a couple of years ago. You were still a baby. Now you are like almost an adult." I think she's about 16, 17. I'm not sure, but you know, she's young. And Tony now told Miriam that Tiana, who is the daughter, the father of Tiana, actually told her that her daughter now has a boyfriend. So she now asked her daughter if that is true, if what the dad said is true, and she said, "No, Mom, he's not my type." And of course, Tiana was happy, and she said she's not ready for her daughter to study. I mean, every mom would feel like that. And she now said to the daughter, now, there are parts of this conversation that I like, and there are parts that I don't really like. And because I like talking about relationship, I felt it's really very important for me to bring it up here. So she said to her daughter, like, "I'm happy that we're having this conversation. Let's just be discussing it gradually, you know, because it will take both of us time to get to a point where I, the mom, would understand that you're old enough to have a relationship, and you, the daughter, would understand that, okay, you're now old enough to have a relationship, you know, that kind of thing." So she was like, "Okay, let's be talking about it gradually. It's not, it's okay for you to peck a guy, but it's not okay for you to kiss a guy." that part I kind of liked. Now, the part I don't like is the part she said, if a guy wants to kiss you, one kiss is $100,000.
Tiana, let's be talking about it small. Peck is allowed. The day they want to kiss you, see, it's not allowed. Shake. I'm mommy boy. One kiss, $100,000.
I mean, are we now teaching our children to actually charge for love or to charge for intimacy? Is that what it's all about? Is that what we are supposed to do? Yeah, it could be a joke. It could be her own way of saying that, you know, it's not okay for you to kiss now because you're young, right? So using that money to kind of make her understand that, of course, boys of your age do not have $100,000. So if they cannot pay that amount, that means you shouldn't kiss. Maybe that's what she's trying to achieve, but we didn't see where she kind of spelt it out after she said that, to say, I'm actually kidding. I don't want you to do this because you're not old enough. You know what I mean? So this is leaving a little bit of the wrong impression in the minds of the viewers, kinda, who are young parents or who are young adults themselves, to feel that it's okay to charge a guy if he wants to kiss me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm particular about this because we know that this our woke generation has a lot of, a lot of misconception going on, and that's why this YouTube channel is here to help us on learn and relearn, because a lot of us had actually missed the mark. Like, we're confused, we are not sure what good morals are, you know. So I'm here to debunk that. I'm here to say it is never okay to teach your child or your female child that to have any form of intimacy with a boy she likes or a man she wants to marry, or a fiance, that, you know, one of the requirements is before the person tries to go intimate with you, he should pay you money. Maybe she was joking, but I just needed to say this because, you know, a lot of people could actually take it literally, yeah? So I didn't like that. Anyway, moving on. So they got to Abuja, they had like a kind of party night, and which now leads us to episode 5. So this is episode 5, and the girls were kind of uptight, you know, even the guests, even the plus one that they came with, everybody were just on their phone, a little bit uptight, nobody was loosening up. So Chioma then introduced the chair game, you know that chair game where people will dance around the chair, and then when the music stops, you sit down. The last person to sit, you know, is off the game. And Chioma did say that, okay, you're not supposed to touch the chair. If you touch the chair, you're out. If you sit before the music stops, you're out. You know, trying to put some rules in place so that the women will behave themselves. But at the end of the game, it was now left, Chioma and Miriam were the two ladies standing, and Chioma now pulled the chair. So everybody now said, oh, Chioma is very competitive. Laura did say that now I'm getting to know Chioma, that she's highly very competitive. You know, everybody pointed that out. You said we shouldn't touch the chair. You now pulled the chair, you know, saying that she really wants to win. She's highly very competitive, right? Of course, she didn't win. It was Miriam that won. Although she did say she allowed Miriam win because Miriam is a guest or was a guest, and it would be appropriate if she allowed a guest to win. Anyway, so Miriam also did complain that when she came in, every other person were a little bit welcoming except for Caroline, who shook her like this, like she had COVID. So she had issues with that. She actually spoke up later to say she didn't think it was appropriate and all that. And Caroline actually did have a little bit of, will I say, not so good feeling about the, I think about one of the games. Which one again was it? I think Truth or Dare. I'm not sure now. When Toyin asked her the reason for divorcing Danjuma, her ex-husband. Of course, she said she didn't want to talk about it, and she felt like it was too forward of her to ask that. They also asked Laura why she decided to inject her nose and her chin. And Laura answered honestly and said she didn't have a bridge and she needed to have one because she felt she would look prettier with a bridge, and she likes the way her face looks now, and she's gonna do more. That she's not done her BBL yet, she probably would do that. That she's just in for anything that makes you feel better, more confident, prettier. Go for it if you can afford it. So that she's still, of course, gonna do more, but now. Yeah, so they were all they did it again, the mimicking game where you would say something and then the ladies would guess who you're talking about. And Miriam actually posed and asked the ladies who she was mimicking, and of course everybody guessed right. It was Chioma. You know, Chioma had signature pose. So yeah, they did that as well. You know, it was a beautiful night. It turned out, I mean, everybody were uptight initially, but with time, the games and the alcohol and everything got them a little bit loosened up, and you know, the night ended up being, you know, quite okay, because all of them were like excited and happy, even the next morning commending Chioma for a good party and all that. And again, most of the girls actually felt that Miriam was a little bit too loud, and she uses foul languages a lot. Like she says, bitch, you're a bitch, 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 fucking bitch, bitch, you know, all this. She was all over the place. I mean, she was just meeting the ladies for the first time, but she was loud, she was all over the place. Maybe that's her strategy, that maybe that's her personality, maybe, I don't know, but you know, she was a little bit too much. So she did say she's not gonna be another person, she's gonna be her real self, her true authentic self. And girl, if that's who you are, it's okay. And yeah, so what else happened? Chioma did say that Laura's +1 didn't really get the memo because she really dressed very simple for the dinner, but all the girls came looking fly, looking beautiful as always. And yes, that was it. And boom. Okay, so for me, there's another aspect of relationship I want to bring in here. So Miriam went about asking some of the ladies to fill her in on the personalities of the ladies, since she's new and she wants to really get heads up on who the ladies are and what she should expect. For me, I think that is a no-no. Yeah, I don't think it's healthy for you to bank on some other person's opinion of another person. That is you biasing your mind from onset about the person, forgetting that I could be maybe a difficult person to Miss A, but Miss B might think that I'm actually a very beautiful sweetheart. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's healthy for you to go about telling people to tell you their personal opinion about another person. Whereas if you allow relationship to flow naturally, you will get to know that person for yourself. Telling people to tell you who Caroline is, for instance, or what to expect from Chioma, for instance, or what to expect from Iyabo, for instance, is not healthy. Yeah? So I don't think it was appropriate for Miriam to go about asking Tony or asking Laura to tell her about the girls so that she could know what to expect. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't do that, and I don't advise people to do that, right? Because there's possibility that Caroline or Laura or Iyabo, whoever, could project on you the impression they have for these girls that might not even be your reality when you get to meet them yourself. So is it not better you just have an open mind, meet them yourself, analyze them for yourself, get to know, what you like for yourself about them and what you don't, yeah? And I love the fact that Tony didn't really tell her anything. Rather, Tony said, get to know them for you. Yeah, hang out with them individually and get to know them for you. That was really very nice. However, Laura actually filled her in on the fight she had with Caroline, on the fight she had with Chioma, how they've squashed it and how they're okay, and how she should know that some of the girls actually lie, that they have what they don't lie. That is already biasing her, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, but I don't think it's healthy, right? Now, I won't really blame Laura so much because you came to ask me. Yeah, and Laura could have been more mature to handle it the way Tony handled it by saying, I don't want to tell you anything, go find out yourself. But hey, you came asking and she told you, right? So personally, as a relationship enthusiast, I don't think I really like that, that thing that Miriam did. So back in Lagos, still on the episode 5, Laura invited the ladies to actually discuss about her clothing line. So she wanted to know if the ladies would love to walk the wrong way wearing her collection. And so it was Tony, Iyabo. Now Iyabo is back from her trip, right? So Tony, Iyabo, and Miriam that showed up. Chioma didn't show up. Caroline, of course, didn't show up. So they were there discussing about the event that Laura, is supposed to have. And Iyabo was like, okay, where's Chioma? Where is Caroline? And Laura went off to say, I don't even care. I don't want them to be there. I don't have a problem with Chioma. Laura, you have a problem with Chioma. Is it possible that you've kind of moved on from it a little bit? Yes. But are you perfectly okay with Chioma the way you are with Tony? The answer is no. So stop saying, I'm okay with Chioma, we don't have a problem. Yeah, there's an underlying kind of problem that you and Chioma have. Of course, it actually started when she said you're a customer against a friend. And it's still hurting you, we know that, yeah. And so she felt that Chioma wasn't gonna show up. She said she read psychology, so she knew Chioma wasn't gonna show up. Iyabo didn't understand what the problem was, because she kept on asking them, did you guys have a fight in Abuja? What happened in Abuja? And everybody kept on saying nothing happened in Abuja. So she was like, okay, why is Chioma not here? So she now said, it would be more appropriate for her to call Chioma. So she called Chioma and put Chioma on speaker. Now, I don't like that too as a relationship enthusiast. You don't call someone and put someone on speaker without telling the person. Now, I don't know if she did tell Chioma, but they cut that off. I don't know that. But she put Chioma on speaker. And she asked Chioma where she was. Chioma said she was in Abuja. She went for her auntie's 60th birthday. And if she comes into Lagos on time, she was going to show up for the meeting or whatever that they were having. And then they went on to say, okay, fine. Chioma's excuse is quite understandable because she's not in town. But what of Caroline? And they didn't say that Caroline is a follow, that she follows whatever Chioma does. So because Chioma didn't show up, she actually did show up.
But what about Caroline? No, so I don't have a problem with Caroline. I didn't have a problem with Chioma, right? But Caroline seems to do everything Chioma does. Like, if Chioma goes to the left, Caroline will go to the left. If Chioma, it's not shade, it's something I will say in front of Caroline. If Chioma says, I will not show up today, Caroline will not show up. Chioma just ended the show. Caroline is a follow. Do you know what we call follow? Like, she goes everywhere or does anything Chioma says,
The thing that we are managing, you just came and you just ended it. Maybe she's a follower.
She doesn't know what to say, so I help her. No. You said something, it's like those people in church. One will say Yoruba, another one will translate. I help your friend. She's not my enemy.
So the point now is Caroline a follow? Is she now following Chioma? With whatever it is that Chioma does. We don't know. We'll find out from episode 6, 7, and other episodes coming up. But anyway, this is the review of Real Housewives of Lagos, Season 1, Episode 4 and 5. Yeah? So, tell me what you think, guys. Do you think these girls are really genuinely going to build a good, healthy relationship from this whole thing? I think Caroline and Chioma could, because they are leaning towards being, the two best friends. Yeah. They are leaning towards finishing each other's sentences, because also for the dinner that they had, talked about the impression you had about any of them versus the impression you have now that you've gotten to know them a little bit better. And Chioma went off to say, that Caroline seemed a little bit intimidating. She has this Shika eyes, but when you get to know her, she's sweet. Caroline also said that she knows that Chioma could be a little bit intimidating or bitchy at times, like people think, but when you get to know her, she's actually a sweetheart. She loves good things of life. She likes fashion. They were kind of like saying beautiful things about themselves, and the ladies seem not to agree. So what I'm saying is, both of them, now I mean Caroline and Chioma, seem to be getting it on, seem to kind of like each other. But for the other ladies, I don't know, but we'll see. Tell me what you think. Comment below and tell me what you think. Anyway, till next time, guys, remember to always hang in there, for the very best is next. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.